welcome back, Strat fans. Colonel Strat, the strategy extraordinaire, is here, and today we're going to be going back into our Victoria 3 Let's Play. So where we left off, we were in a pretty good position. We had, well, for one, our issues have gone down. Gotten a lot more loyalists, a lot less radicals. You know, we're starting to turn a leaf here. So I feel like we're on the up and up. We just have to keep on moving up, and eventually we will retake our rank. We're still a great power, but it's been slipping because we've had so many internal problems. But I think we're on the rise here. So let's crank it up to 5 speed and get some of these buildings constructed and see just how far we can rise today. So if we take a look, actually I'm going to pause right now and see at the development. This is one detail I just love about Victoria 3, guys, is that you can see all the developments as, you know, the population grows. You see more cities. Like, look at Long Island here. It's starting to look like New York, you know, and you can see all the different farms and mines and factories and all that as you construct it, as well as Michigan, when we started, Strat fans, had no roads. Now we're starting to get some roads, some infrastructure. You know, we have a road to Lansing, road all the way up to Traverse City. You know, we got the roads up here, you know, in Houghton. That's where my little bro is right now, in Houghton, back in Houghton. But, you know, we're starting, and the towns are starting to pop up too. Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Chicago. I believe that's Columbus. Yeah, there's Columbus. And, you know, Erie. All these different towns are starting to pop up because the infrastructure is going up, and thus the population is too. So we're on the up and up, and you could you could see the changes in the map as you unlock technologies, improve infrastructure, and all that. So it's really cool to see. Oh, France colonized Gambia. Okay, so Africa's getting colonized. Some more French colonies. Well, we're not going to be going in there, so I don't really mind. Our literacy rate, it keeps going up as well, which is going to help our standard of living, because people are going to be able to get more jobs. Now, to increase our standard of living, we have to really look at these states that are struggling. Like this one here that's struggling. We're going to start incorporating some states. See, I think we're incorporating Michigan. So all the states that are struggling, if we can incorporate them, we're going to start to really gain some more standard of living, because they're going to be able to increase their infrastructure just passively, not even with railroads. So the more we incorporate, the better. Some of them don't need it, like this one right here, like Wisconsin, but I'm going to do it instead, because then that also gold depleted in California. Well, I don't even own California yet. Colonization of Nebraska. Nebraska is colonized. Doesn't look colonized, but okay. We'll incorporate you. There's a lot of turmoil in Nebraska. Let's see here. Let's look at the standard of living map again. Yeah, Michigan and Ohio need it improved. So we will expand these ones. Oh wait, we already have those expanding. Okay. Yeah, and these. And we'll expand that. I'm just going to go through and expand, because, like, Ohio here, it just needs to expand those industries. It doesn't, because I want to save these slots, because later on we unlock electrics, we unlock power plants, war machine plants. The electric industries and the power plants in particular are very important to have. Michigan is the same way. We just need, you know, more workers that are able to work. So we need them to go to these universities, and we may have to expand those universities, but eventually they will go there and start being able to work better jobs, increasing the standard of living overall, which will then increase our money, and then we can lower the taxes, increase the standard of living even more. We just hit 400K on loyalists, so that's great. We're doing really good, Strat fans. We're in a really good position. I feel like... Oh, well... I'm surprised you guys are so well off. Because... I think I see why. Because of all these. And because of your navy. That's probably why. Even though your industries are suffering. Let's do... Yeah, we don't have enough qualifications in this state. But we'll do those. Yeah, the people up here are just too dumb right now. Golds's Island, San Canitas. Oh, there's Dynamite. That's a state owned by Mexico. Guero, owned by Mexico as well. So if we attack Mexico, we'll gain a lot of stuff. We do need to incorporate Texas. So we need to see what we have to do that, as well as fully incorporate the Indian Territory. I'm just focusing right now on colonizing these Indian territories, and then I might go to war with Mexico. Let's see how many troops they only have like 20 battalions, 10 regular and 20 conscripts, so 30 battalions. Whereas me, I have 314 conscripts, so I could kick their little, Mexican butt. But I don't want to go to war just yet, because all of these states out here are still having problems, and I think it's because of lack of education. So these good people in Michigan are impoverished. I think it's mostly due to, once we incorporate, they'll get a lot more education access. So I think that's going to help a lot. Even though it's going to cost some bureaucracy to do, once it's done, it'll free up, so then we can do it again. So let's see. We have 16 with low market access. 2 states in turmoil. New Jersey, you're in turmoil again? Oh. Well, I wonder why. Let's just expand your stuff. I think you guys need a university. Do you guys have a university? Yeah, you do. You do. Okay, I blacked out there for a moment. Let's see. Yeah, you guys need to, fully staff your railway. So you guys need to go to school. That way you can get your market access up. We have some construction going on there, but, still have high tensions. Expensive. Let's see, artillery. Inefficient tax, still New York. And tools is way too high, so we do need to make some more tooling workshops. So let's see. Let's go to our buildings. Go to our tooling workshops and see where there's not one. So Maine can use one. Oh wait, Maine has one being produced. No, we need to stop those. All right. So let's see again. Yep, Maryland could use one. Delaware, Massachusetts, Louisiana, North Dakota, American South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri. Alright, has one, but we'll expand it. Minnesota, Tennessee. So that's how you deal with those shortages. You're publicly traded. That'll just. I'm not sure. I'm just looking at these different things. We don't have nearly enough qualifications, so we have to, train our people. Sweeteners baked. I don't get why Victoria 3 does this sometimes. Where yeah, I don't have a lot of qualifications, but when do I have enough? I mean, I can only build. I can't force people to get knowledge. If they don't want to be taught, they don't want to be taught. Mechanized looms. Alright, so that'll free up a lot of workers, as well as increase goods production. And consumption. Nah. And then, of course, they have the privately owned and all that, and traded. Mechanized workshops. That'll increase production. as well as increase employment. But again, we don't have enough qualifications. Water tube boiler. I mean, that literally is bad at all in all cases. No. Chemical plants, vacuum evaporation. That's way too much. Steel mills. Merchant guilds. It's just, I don't understand when it becomes, you know, because like not enough qualifications to fully staff. I mean, they'll get qualifications, but I don't know if they'll get it if I don't change it. And if I just have to suffer, because I don't want to do that. I could just experiment it with one, which is probably what I'm going to do. Explosive shells, no. Gas street lights. Filing cabinet, standardized filing system. Yeah, there's going to be input shortage of paper if I do that. But we get a whole bunch more bureaucracy and taxation capacity. I'll wait until we produce some more. Philosophy. Yeah, not enough. Not enough qualifications. So again, I don't know. Let's try it out. Let's test it. Let's go to one of our textile mills. So Virginia. Okay. So Virginia, I think they have theirs fully staffed. Let's see. Yeah, they have theirs fully staffed. So if we change this to sewing machines, let's now wait and see what changes. Are they losing work? Yeah, no, they're gaining workers now. Gonna be almost, okay, they're 100% employed now. Maybe we just have to do that, Strat fans. Maybe we have to do it one by one. To be able to, because if you do it all at once, I don't think every region has enough qualified individuals. But it does increase their standard of living, because you know, they're going to get paid more for that highly skilled work. Yeah, I think I just figured out a secret hack. Again, it's a lot more. You got to take a lot more time to get things done, but you know, you still get there. And not enough laborers for them. And our livestock ranches are very underdeveloped. Let's see. What do we have here? We got fishing wars. We got logging camps. We'll do a paper mill. Oh, no. I didn't want that. No. Do a paper mill. Alright, that'll work. Again, we gotta make sure we mind the infrastructure usage. So that's 2 extra, and that's just enough for Rhode Island. They don't have a lot of infrastructure. Yeah, like food industries here. Let's see if we can. Yeah, we can do that. We have enough. We are going to lose, unable to fully hire. See, that's what I wanted to avoid. But there we go. We're starting to hire some more people. And then do that. We'll be able to hire more and get more money and increase their wages. So that'll be great. I guess sometimes you just have to dissect them to be able to get them to actually be built. Sewing machine. But again, if we do mechanized looms, that's a whole lot more consumption and less people. Freeing people up for other jobs, but damaging them in other ones. Not enough qualifications to fully staff. Precision tools, not enough qualifications. Just too stupid, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, the food industry's here. That's Vermont. So let's do steel mills and paper mills in Vermont. And then here we'll do paper mills. We're not going to do a lot more building, as we're just going to try to change these production methods. Alright. Just doing one industry at a time, Strat fans, because we don't want to oversaturate the market with people that can't work. And if it says we can't staff it with that building style, then we won't. All these ones that are full, I think we could staff them. I think we just have to, you know, make that change little by little. And our our standard of living is increasing little by little too. Let's see. So okay, so they're going up. So let's see. Why is their cash reserves down? They must. Sewing machine. Let's do that. Then if we do publicly traded, we'll get more capitalists. Good substitution. I don't even know what that. Okay, and then here we'll do that as well, because I think, yep. Oh, no, we're not enough qualifications. Oh, we're good. Okay, we're good. Might cause some radicals because they lost their job. Had ownership shares, standard of living. No, they didn't lose their jobs. Let's see. Can they? No. I mean, no, we just. Let's try it. I don't think we'll lose anybody. Let's see here. Steel mills. That one can be used for munitions plants. Munitions. There we go. And then the coal. What we'll do? We have paper mills. Tooling. And arms. Okay, let's see if we can change this. Not enough qualifications. Okay. Do they have paper? No, we don't have paper, so paper mills. Okay, and then we'll expand these. Like I said, Strat fans, you always want to make sure if they're not auto-expanding, you have to expand these, because these are better than subsistence farms. So it helps the lower population move up. Questionable practices. Let's see here. Released patients from the Washington Asylum have steadily denounced the practices involved in their supposedly medical treatments, mistreatment of the sick, withholding of personal letters, and disproportionate punishments from among the charges. Oh, geez. It's asylum mistreatment. We need to entirely revise how asylums work. That's a lot of expenses. But we do increase our standard of living. Trade unions could take over the asylum administration. We'll lose 10% bureaucracy. That's okay. I think I'm going to do that because I can't afford to lose the cash now. I do have to make it up. Yeah, they can do that. I'll increase their approval, and they'll be able to do what they want with the asylums. Now, why is New Jersey in turmoil? Is it just because you're not getting your stuff? I don't know if that's it. Because you're causing a lot of hurt in the economy now because of this bull. I think if you just sit back and let me help you, then... Oh, look at that. Oh, well, down to 15. Oh, geez. Well, almost like, you're always, almost like you're already living your best lives, and you should just, people in the other parts of the country aren't. So maybe we should just shut up, Delaware, because your standard of living's way better than those in Michigan. All right, iron mines level 2. Yeah, we're doing really good. Doing really good with the construction and all that. Our literacy going up. Our GDP is going up. Our loyalists are skyrocketing, and our radicals are slipping. So that's good. Agro plants fully employed. Railway fully employed. Paper mills. Yeah, we're starting to really improve our standard of living across the board. Okay, then Dutch Windward Coast. Is that region? Let's see where that's at. I couldn't see it. I think it's Africa. I think we're good. So, gotta maintain that they're not colonizing here. Even though they still have their colonies here. Alright, we're at 20k, so we're doing really good economically. We just have to increase, our market access. Let's look at a law. Let's look at a law we can pass, because we need to try to, let's see. We're probably losing. No, we're not gaining. We're not gaining any loyalists though. But we're not losing any. So this government's okay. It's not great. Let's see what we can do with laws, though. Yeah, that's a lot of legitimacy and all that, but no. We have universal suffrage, multiculturalism. So these ones are pretty much where we want them to stay. Total separation, elected bureaucrats, hereditary bureaucrats. That's worse. Appointed would be okay, but we can't do that now. National militia. We do professional army. I mean, that's good, but guaranteed liberties. Secret police. National Guard. No home affairs. No, we're going to keep home affairs. Okay, so agrarianism. But laissez-faire is okay. I think interventionalism is probably the best though, because we can subsidize all buildings. Yeah, we're not going to change our economic law there. Trade policy, free trade is not good because your tariffs are what makes a lot of money. I think either protectionism, because you get 20% on exports, and then effects for to protect domestic supply. Taxation per capita, consumption based. I think per capita is probably the best. Colonial affairs, we'll keep colonial settlement, dedicate police force, public schools. We do need to increase our health care, but it's going to reduce the mortality, which is going to be great. So charity hospitals. Let's see, who's going to support that? Okay. Well, I mean, we can pass public health insurance, because then we can get a health system institution, which I really want to do. Right, assembly, protected speech, serfdom. Yeah, serfdom abolished. Nobody's going to be working for free. If we do restricted child labor, we'll increase dependents' income, increase the mortality of all the other guys, because we won't have children on the factory floor. We'll increase education as well. The industrialists and the bourgeoisie are going to oppose that strongly. Legal guardianship, propertied. I kind of want to start moving towards women being able to work in the workplace, because that'll increase our workforce ratio a lot. And then even though suffrage will reduce the birth rate, the ratio for working and the dependent enfranchisement, which means that they get a lot, like they spread their wealth among their family, is going to increase their standard of living insanely. So you want to go there. Social Security, can't enact any of that. Slavery ban, we'll keep that there. I'm going to go for public health insurance, because the industrialists won't like it, but it won't make them radical. They'll just dislike me. So let's go for public health insurance. Let's see if there's any institution we can invest in. We do police force. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll invest in that. We do need to get our education all the way up so that we can really start making some big bucks. We're starting to lose some standard of living, which is going to cause us to... I think it's because they were fired. So I'm staying. But we're still gaining a lot of loyalists. Bureaucratic shortfall. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just cancel it, because I'm not going to be able to get enough bureaucracy for that. No, France. Get dunked on, France. Alright, what's this? Oh, City of Plenty. Now, the party will never end. It's their standard of living. Alliance? No, France. I am not going to be your friend. I don't know what you want me to be your friend for. Are you have problems? Is there someone coming up against you? Like, you don't have any wars or anything. I mean, I don't know. I might be your friend in the future, but I'm more concerned about my own problems right now, France. Alright. Glass works. Improve this. Up this. Up that. Oh, well, we already have one going up. Alright. Yeah, we're starting to really get a lot of money. So we could look at our budget and reduce the taxation level, but right now that'd be way too much. I could remove a tax, which, I mean, services probably would be the better one. Nah, I'll keep it right now like what it is, and we're gonna try to just increase the standard of living slowly but surely, and we are losing some radicals now, so that's good. The more we improve in these other regions, the better it's gonna be. Jesus. Why do you keep losing your standard of living? Oh, your infrastructure went down. Internal exchange, more minting, and loan increased. So that bumped our money up a whole lot now. Whole lot. Oh, well, now your infrastructure got better, so what are you complaining about? Whereas these guys are in turmoil right now, and I'm thinking about removing some of their buildings, because I think they just have too much. Because they're not going to be able to stock their railroads, because not enough people are able to hire. They don't have enough qualifications. People are too dumb. They're too dumb here to staff it. If we go to like population, the clerks are, I think they are going up, but no, they aren't going up at all. No, we need to increase clerks so that we can in fact, let's see, we need to have some active research. All right, so enforce concrete, construction sector, building throughput. That would be good. That would be good a lot. Steel rail cars, laser electric, no. Shift work, economy scale of building level cap, vacuum canning, society. Let's see, steel frame buildings, construction sector max level, infrastructure for population. That'll be good. Modern financial instruments, macroeconomics, feminism, education, 25% taxation policy, capacity. That could be good. Socialism. Oh God, socialism. Bureaucracy, camera. Okay, that's just more prestige. Let's do steel frame buildings, because then we can go to like elevators, paved roads, which will really help. So it just increases your construction sector level, which I can increase that, and maximum infrastructure from population and more infrastructure per population. So that means the more people you get, the more infrastructure you get. Okay, low government Why are we so illegitimate now? What? Okay, we'll reform. Can I bring them back in? No. Can I bring him? Okay, that'll do something. That'll bring it back to 0. I don't get it. So industrialists, which are 41% of the Democratic Party, if I remove these guys, okay, so I gotta remove those guys. Wants to join Democratic Party. Wants to join blah 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 wants. Okay, they aren't going to accept it. And there's going to be a lot of radicals. So if I just add them, I'm going to get a little bit. But if I add the Whig in Abe Lincoln, I'm not going to get nothing. Man, individualist, laissez-faire, plutocratic, Cornelius Vanderbilt. Ah, jeez. I'm still illegitimate, so I'm gonna get a whole bunch of radicals. I just don't know why. I don't know why it's doing this. Okay, so if I remove them, I'll at least... I'm gonna get so much radicals, man. I can't afford that right now. Alright, I'll just do that. Whatever. Illegitimate government. Ugh. I hope that it goes up. But I feel like it won't. I'm going to get a whole bunch of radicals do it. But I am still getting a whole bunch of loyalists. And I'm getting close to the point where my economy can handle a tax reduction. Which is going to be insane for helping the population go up. And for reducing those radicals, improving those loyalists. Oh, we got an election. Okay. Damn. I mean, the Whigs, they might win. If the Whigs win, that'd be awesome. I like them. Inefficient agriculture. The industrialists have started complaining about the existence of subsistence farms in American South Dakota, saying that their undeniable inefficiencies should be immediately addressed. I agree. We should follow their advice. Okay, they serve our purposes. Okay, so the upper strata pops in American will become more radical. I don't think there's a lot of them there. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of them there. So I'll just follow their advice and hopefully we'll get more migration. Okay, that really doesn't affect subsistence farms, but okay. I don't care. I mean the nation always was like on fire. It's not like there's anything different. Government administration. I'm just gonna try to increase our bureaucracy as well through administration buildings. Do paper mills. Well, there's gold fields here. Paper mills. Alright, France colonized the Windward Coast. Okay. And I should care because gold is discovered in Arizona. Jeez. We're going to have to take that off the Mexicans. We are. We're going to have to take it off them. Okay. Bread, butter, ballot. With the price of grain soaring across the country, the Democratic Party is finding itself under relentless pressure from the opposition, accused of recklessly toying with the welfare of its citizens. Oh, jeez. Alms for the needy. I don't think it really does anything. I'm just going to blame the Democrats because I want the Whigs to win, so. Alright. I think we're gonna leave it off with that, Strat fans, because we're in an okay position, a tight spot, because we're struggling to get our standard of living up. But you know, we are a big country and we're swallowing people up, so I think that in and of itself is causing us a lot of turmoil. But we are making some headway. Our economy is starting to look up, and soon we'll be able to reduce our taxes, which is going to reduce our revenue, but it's also going to increase standard of living and increase legitimacy, as well as will increase the wages on the government wages, which will increase our authority and help everyone that's in the government. So with that, Strat fans, this will conclude it for today's Victoria 3 episode. I'm glad that a shout out to the guy who won the last Victoria 3 giveaway. I hope you enjoy it a lot. And with that, Strat fans, that'll do it for me today. Keep it strategic, Strat fans. Colonel out.